basically, father, God rest his soul, bequeathed his estates to me when I come of age. Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! No idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
Glad to see you, too. You're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
All the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. For Jenna told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deed.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had, fisticuffs in the tavern. Punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
I made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded, well, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
Come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. Very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, we took him captive.
There must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
Must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, managed to free Sir Hans.
By the modesty. You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
He now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
Talmberg? What was that about then?
Hans was badly wounded during a night raid on Talmberg Castle. I had to carry him out of the battle on my back. Couldn't fall into enemy hands.
Gracious! Raiding a castle? That must be pretty wild, eh?
Indeed it was. Arrows raining down, outnumbered by hordes of foes mercilessly charging at its small sides. I'm truly indebted to Henry for getting me out of that fix.
I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night who hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. Shows your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. Came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Eugenia, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. Have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
Thanks, Eugenia, for everything you've done.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time. Save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. It'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. We're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here. I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? Someone else have got away.
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. You're right, we should just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
We get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. We're damned good lads. Known oath since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us. We can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, do we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond is Van Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I tell you, I saw him there.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with. That's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponent. Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies, so Toth's hardly going to attack his people. Dark knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. Never know when you might need it around here. Come on, get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Hope they position at this castle. The barber. That old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. Can't beat an educated man medicine.
I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! Bear an urgent message. Lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! You know who I am!
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. A pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They're messengers. I, Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
In, whether you like it. Not your shitty hands off me!
Look, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
Now what?
There's only one thing.
You two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
Someone stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet. Beer, bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, gonna need more coin than...
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
The fuck was all that at the gate? Try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle. They act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
First thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, but we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. We're gonna need every groschen we can get.
How long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
What do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. Be a laughing stock.
A laughingstock? We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
Give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, though it always seemed that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenis. Best way to honor their memory. Finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads, go back to Ratai with our heads held high. Promise you that.
Dentes fortuna juvat.
Dentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
That woman from the pond.
Of the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench.
What I tell you. What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
I'd be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a get off. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Got them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, you want to go around mixing my guests here? Go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
One you know going to
Talk about
Nobody
your
invited me.
Oh?
I know
What
where
was
I'll
that?
go one
That
day.
is
I could get in through my uncle.
Oh, hi. Poor Captain Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
His soldiers.
Oh, wait. I
Aha!
hope my uncle
So
don't let me
that's
down.
why they sent you for the wine. Wait a more then. I'll be right back.
Help.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you. I was in the water, and I distracted them from you.
That's nice of you, helping some unfortunate girl. But it wasn't me. You're mistaking me for someone else.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I know what's up with you. I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. We need to get to von Berghoff. You're the only one who can confirm who we are.
Get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Berghoff is getting ready to ride out. If you want to speak, the best place would be Samin. Be there. Sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
What are you gaping at? You've nothing better to do.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off. Like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's where I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. Never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Far away.
I ain't been further than the back off me whole life. I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Sameen is marrying Agnes, daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast. That's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a rat-house wench.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. The main is his vassal.
Who is this? Emin.
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Sameen. Fort in the village belong to him. Old Jan Sameen is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda, and it's him who's getting itched. They used to be a rich family. The glory's faded a bit. They still have some clout.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Sameen, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
That's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
You want to find out more? There's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. Then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him, Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then. Watch out for him. Know what they say about Millers?
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, careful.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troshkovitz it is.
Pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
The pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. What can I get for you?
About what happened at the meeting.
Talk to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, he denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. Don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Dakra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semine, from the local noble family, getting married. Marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and...
There's something else we have to sort. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Yanking my noble pizzle.
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
It'll be done in a jiffy. Don't worry.
That's not the point, Henry. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. If the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives. You should be able to manage it too, at least for one day.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
That'd be some aristocratic excuse.
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for it. The Boratoris, the plebs, shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knee or in the field. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
So, which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
Rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order in my case. Pure blood, noble status. In short, so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Now, Henry, what did I tell you about Bellatoris and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
I'm afraid there's nothing else for it if we're to ever get out of this place. So, Lord or no Lord, the sacks are waiting.
Let them wait. Sacks are good at it. It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Beat yourself, then. Right. I'll get to work. Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? Giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
Where is that bloody innkeeper?
Oof! Isn't half heavy. Oh.
Well, here you have it. Enjoy.
God bless.
Not the one who denies. So you see?
Scrooge, fuck off. Remembering some words you heard in church doesn't make you a nobleman.
See it again.
It was their own fault.
They attacked themselves. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trusky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Stop insulting our dead companions.
What dead companions? You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
Pack it in, Henry. No point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
What you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
You want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
That's enough! Cut it out, both of you!
Mind your own business. Take your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me? Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Stab him.
Now we'll have you, scum.
I'm wounded!
What are those fancy moves?
Nice hit!
Wanker!
Let him have it!
Hey, now you fucked up.
Yeah! Don't!
We'll finish this quickly.
Kann dich ausnehmen!
Oh, nein!
Slice him off and fuck with us, you bastard!
Show your stuff!
Send my greetings to the devil!
Shit!
Take that, you unlucky yokel! Let him have
I'll let your ass open!
Nice hit!
Come on then!
Why'd he do it?
Yeah! Don't spare!
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak... Now, if you just shut up and done some work, you'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle, but no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. You hadn't have played the hero. We'd have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh, yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! You'll get a whipping too.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologize. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do? You should have listened to me and calmed down.
And let him insult me. Fat chance. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Hey, let's just stop all this arguing. It'll just make things worse.
Fuck you. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt. Lost for words, are you? All right. Have it your way. Really have nothing more to say to each other.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
What's the motto?
Hey! Go!
Wait, who are we? Come on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. Go and carry sacks, dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. Bid you farewell.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Suppose I really do need
over
to find
here.
some job. I'll find mutt without you. Look up Lord of Perkstein.
Hey, you! Henry? Or Henry, right? Or was it the other one? Hey, over here! Aye. You're in the right place. Over.
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything. You should actually be thanking.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The sea maid brought out nearly all of Troskovitz.
Don't have to thank me. Could have done without it. And that fracas in front of the tavern as well.
Well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side. Now things can only get better.
Barely. Look at me. Just let me out of the pillory. Nobody wants anything to do with me. And I don't even know what hill that is over there.
Well, that there hill, Lotego. And you pull yourself together. Like Tomcat says, nothing's impossible. Build character.
Hey, you. What's your name? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just
Looks like you know your way around here. Good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. Just passing through.
Where are you headed? You're only passing through here.
For work. For the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a naria groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
Said you were going to a city? Mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
What do you want to do in the city?
Find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could be the cook, or a servant.
Get your hopes up. City can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
You're something like a wanderer.
I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary, or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, I'd say I'm a traveller, or a nomad. But don't say it too loud, the locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
Want to see what their homes look like?
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in that.
You know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
Don't want to pull wagons. If he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Oh, sure. That strong, I'm not surprised.
Or like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't. That's what the and
How does he show off for the girls?
Rick's logs with his hands. Even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit once.
And Tomcat pulled it out.
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond.
Did I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard. Otherwise Tomcat will shoot of this.
Oh well. Nice to meet you. I should probably get going. Job.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
God be with you. How's the watch going?